and golf vibes, and today I'm going to show y'all how to achieve my updated curly flip over method. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. I am starting on freshly blow dry hair. However, before we get into the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend, and tell a friend, and tell a friend to come live with us. If you want your hair to look like mine, use what I use, okay? Period. So let's get into the video. So since this is a flip over method, I am starting out with parting my hair in the middle. I just go from my nose up. If you do middle parts a lot, you kind of just know how to eyeball it a little bit. And I'm gonna leave out just the front perimeter of my hair. So I'm gonna part it this way. I'm gonna take this and braid it to the side. So this is what will be my leave out, and I'll bring it out the way. Okay, now you're gonna do the same thing to this side. And I'm leaving about like an inch of hair out in the front. An inch, maybe an inch and a half. Just to make sure when I pull it back. And you can also check if you have enough leave out. If you take the bottom of your comb, the end of your comb, and pull your hair back like this. And if you can't see the comb through, then you have enough leave out. And then I'm just gonna braid this out the way. Okay, now that your leave out is out the way, you're gonna split your hair down the middle. So literally just take your comb and go down the middle. This does not have to be perfect because these are gonna be the braids that's under your cap. So you do not have to make these perfect well, you don't have to make the part perfect at all. However, you do want to make sure it's half so you have the same amount of braids on both sides. Since it's curly, you kind of do want your hair to stand up a little bit. This does not have to be a super flat install, just because you do want your hair to have some life to it. You can really play around with how many braids you have. When we're doing bust down, we do about 6 braids all over. But being that this is a curly flip over method, we can do 2 on each side. Told you that I'm on the way. I'm like an exit away. Yeah. Okay, once you break this braid down to the end, you're gonna take your next section and you're gonna start braiding normally. When you are halfway through this braid, you're gonna take the previous braid and braid it into that section. So just pull it up and braid it into that section. We're gonna go to the next side and do the same steps. So split it in half. And also, it doesn't have to look like an exact half. Just by the thickness of your hair, you know what half is. The middle of my hair is a little thicker than the edges of my hair. So my half looks a little bit like a third. Clip this away from the other section. And you're gonna start on this side. You can continue your braids in the middle. However, I don't want to do that because I want my ending braid to end up in the middle and not on the end. So I'm just going to braid this back. This is how your braid down should look at the end. You should have 2 braids. I like to go in and oil my hair with these 2 oils. Make sure you are rubbing it in and getting your ends. I like to go in with a black stocking cap, and I just stretch it out and pull it over my head, making sure I'm not pulling it over my leave out, just right before. And I put my braids in crisscross in the back. I go in with Got To Be and do my whole perimeter, and then make sure I go over my whole head. I spray this Got To Be, and then I dry, and then I spray it again and dry again. After that, I go in with my protective shield and this brush. I put the shield on my hair, and then I just brush it all in. You can feel free to use your finger around the border just to make sure it's fully on there. And I do this twice as well in blow dry. You'll know your cap is dry once it is no longer sticky. Just make sure you test it
and nothing's coming up off your finger. These are my collection tight curly bundles in the lengths 20 and 18. I wash my bundles before I put them in, and I just dried them. Do not put the comb through your dryer, just kind of blow them. You do not have to blow dry them fully. I just dried them enough so they weren't super soaking wet, as I am about to install them now. Separating the bundle, making sure it just all falls in a straight line. Here I am measuring a box, making sure it is the same on each side. This box will allow us to know where to start laying our tracks straight instead of in a U shape. I'm going all the way around my cap in a line, and I'm using my finger in the back to put the glue there since I cannot see the back of my head, and I'm laying my track all the way around. We will be flipping our tracks and not cutting our tracks. Once I have laid that track, I'm going to add some more glue, and then we're going to flip that track going the opposite way of the way we just came, and we're going to repeat these steps until this whole bundle is in our head fully. Since we are going to blow dry this section fully to make sure all the tracks are glued down to the cap, you want to add glue directly to that last piece of your track and put it all the way around your head. Running fast from the way it was, jump quick to a paycheck, running back to the strip club. I'm never going. You're gonna dry this section completely until there's no glue on your fingers. You're gonna now repeat these steps with the next two bundles. Once you've gotten up to the top, you're gonna start laying your tracks in a straight line instead of in a U shape. This allows you to flip your hair whichever way you like to flip it, and the middle will be laying seamless. It is okay if you have some hair left over. I just cut it right here, just a little snip, and then you're gonna make sure everything is dry before you take out your leave out. And here I'm just going in and drying the weave in its entirety so we can start shaping. You want to make sure your hair is all combed out, looking like a blowout almost. The hair is gonna look huge, but don't worry, because once you wet it, it's gonna curl right back up. We are going to see how I want to shape it. I'm pulling my hair down and I'm cutting in a straight line just so I can get the length I want. From here, I'm gonna cut in a diagonal, going away from my face, and this one going too. Now we are just going to keep taking pieces as we are framing our face, going in a diagonal shape. Nothing you cut will be in a straight line. I'm taking sections of my hair and framing it, going downwards. Now I'm starting to work my way back, taking pieces bigger than the last piece, cutting it in a diagonal, making sure I frame my face. This will allow my hair to not be all one length, but have layers to it. Also, keep in mind, whatever you do to one side, make sure you do to the other side so your hair is even. Nothing but love for you, nothing but love, nothing but love. I slept on my hair, but now we're working on my leave out. I'm taking my braids out and putting this Paul Mitchell silk serum. This is heat protectant. I'm going to go through it one time with my hot comb, and then I'm going to section my hair off and curl it. You don't gotta know where. Does he touch you? While my curls are cooling down, I'm going to wet my hair and comb through it from bottom to top with my dimming brush. Then I'm going to go in with my Camilla Rose to hydrate my curls, and then in with my conditioner. I'm going to also put that all throughout my hair. And from here, I'm going to diffuse my hair, making sure it is all dry. From here, you can undo your leave out, do a little edge, and you're all done. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe.